Good morning, you two. Welcome to Monday's literacy lesson. Today we are going to start creating a postcard to send back to Dad as if we are Noi, to tell him all about our visit and our summer with Grandma. So today you will need a pencil, some coloured pencils if you've got them from your pack, and your home learning book. So if you need to pause the video to collect any of those items, you can do so now. So this week in our Spag Starter we are going to be focusing on nouns, but we're going to be doing this in a lot more detail than we have before, as there are two different types of nouns. We have common nouns and proper nouns. Now a common noun are just general things, objects or places like table, stairs, pencil, girl, anything that is just a general thing, object or place. Proper nouns are names of a particular person or place. So instead of just saying girl, you might say Miss Mitchell, because that's a proper noun, turns it into a specific person. Or instead of saying dog, I might say Poppy, which dog would be the common noun, Poppy would be my dog. So it's a really specific noun that you are talking about. Instead of the common noun might be school, but a proper noun would be Jerry Clay Academy. So teacher would be a noun because it's a thing, it's a person. However, a proper noun would be Miss Mitchell or Mrs. Wilkinson because it is a specific teacher that we're talking about. So your challenge this morning is, out of all the nouns that are on the screen, is to find the proper nouns. So remember, proper nouns are specific things or people. So if we do the first one together, table, there are tables everywhere. There are no specific tables, so table is just a common noun. Renthorpe is a place, but it's the name of a certain place. So Renthorpe would be a proper noun. See if you can pause the video and you can either circle or you can write down the names of all the proper nouns on the screen. Fantastic. So let's carry on from Renthorpe. So house is just a common noun because there's lots of houses. There's not just one house. Pencil is a common noun because again there are lots of pencils, not just one specific pencil. School is also a common noun, so lots of different schools. We're not talking about just one specific school. However, Jerry Clay Academy is a proper noun because you know exactly which school I am thinking of. So Jerry Clay Academy is a proper noun because it is the name of a specific noun. Dog is a common noun because there are lots of dogs, lots of different types of dogs, so it is just a common noun. However, Poppy is a proper noun because it is the name of a specific dog, the name of my dog. So if you got all of those right, don't forget to give yourself a fabulous tick. If you're still unsure, don't worry, because we're going to do lots more work on common and proper nouns as we carry on our learning this week. So this week, our outcome is to create a postcard from Noi to send to Dad, to tell Dad all about his day that he has spent with Grandma. Now, to do this, you might need to listen to the story again. So if you need to go back and watch any of the videos to remind you of the story, that is absolutely fine. So let's have a look at what we need in a postcard. So what do you think needs to be included in a postcard? Have you ever sent a postcard before? Have you seen a postcard before? Or do you know what one looks like? You can pause the video now and write down any ideas or talk to a partner about what a postcard is. Fantastic. So a postcard has space for a picture on the front. This can be a photograph. So if you are on holiday, it might have a photograph of the holiday of where you are, or you could draw your own picture, and it's always on the front and fills up the whole front of the postcard. There are blank lines on the side of the postcard so that you can write an address, which is really important so that you can post it to somebody's house and he knows exactly where, the postman knows exactly where to take the postcard. And then on the other half, on the other side, there is space for you to write about your holiday, which is normally where people send postcards from when they're on holiday. You see, in your writing, there is some writing to say what you've been doing on your holiday. So it's just a short message to say what you've been doing so far on your holiday, to send in the post to send to your friends or family that is at home that you're not with. And there's always space in the top right hand corner for a stamp so that you've paid for the postman to collect your post. And finally, the name and the address of who you are sending it to. So let's have a look at what a postcard looks like. So here is our postcard. So this is the back of the postcard where you would do your writing. You can see the stamp in the top right corner and the lines where you would write the address of who you are sending it to. So here is a little bit of a Waggle postcard. So again, here are the lines on this side where you would write the address of whoever you are sending it to. So it would be to Dad. In this case, we're sending our postcard to Noy's dad, who lives back at home. So it'd be Dad, and then we would write the address of Noy and Dad's house, so we know it's going to get delivered to Dad's house. We have our stamp here so that our postman can deliver our postcard all the way back to Dad's house, and we've paid for that. And then on this side here, we have got our writing just to sum up our things that we've been up to normally on our holiday. So let's have a read together. Dear Tom, we are having lots of fun on holiday. Yesterday we went to the beach. I made a huge sandcastle and ate lots of ice cream. Today we went to a theme park. We went on lots of scary rides, but it was lots of fun. Tomorrow we are going to go on a boat trip. I hope we see dolphins. From Anna. So we've started with who we're writing it to. We've got who it's from, and in between we've just got lots of detail, short sentences explaining what we've been up to on our holidays. But it's really important that we have bits of description in to make it as exciting as possible. So here on this side you can see that this is the back of the postcard here, but on this page here is what the front of the postcard would look like. So here on this one we have a photo of showing where you are on holiday, so that as much as you've got lots of description on your postcard from your writing, you've also got a photo so that your friends or family, whoever you're sending your postcard to, can see a picture of where you are on holiday. So for our postcard today and this week, as we develop our postcard, we are going to pretend to be Noy and send a postcard to Dad to tell him all about our holiday with Grandma. So to do this, I want you to pause the video and think about which part of the story you are going to tell Dad about. Is it going to be the beginning of the story and you're going to send a postcard to Dad about the day you've arrived, settling in with Grandma, telling her that she's quite odd, she doesn't do a lot, and we slept in bed last night with the itchy blankets and she was snoring like a walrus? Or it could be about you telling her Dad about the next day when you went exploring and you found an exciting cave. You hopped over the stepping stones and you found a cave and pretended for it to be a castle. Or you could tell him about the final part of the story, finding the birds, bringing them home, being rescued by Grandma in the storm, and bringing all the birds home to dry off their ruffling feathers and keep sending them all the way back, but keeping one bird. So pause the video now and have a chat and decide on which part you would like to send your postcard about. Okay, so here is our plan for our postcard. So all we're going to do today is a little bit like our boxing up activity. We're just going to be putting key ideas down on what we are going to write about in our postcard. So the first box says is how have you been? How have you been feeling on your day with Grandma? Now this depends on which part of the story you are sending a postcard to Dad about. So if it's the start of the story on your first day at arriving with grandma's, you might be saying you're not going to be feeling great, but the challenge is not to use the word sad. We know much more exciting vocabulary than sad. So you might be saying that you're feeling a bit miserable, you might be feeling bored, you might be feeling a bit anxious or worried about if it's going to be a good holiday or if you're going to be bored all the time. You might be feeling a bit disappointed because you were really looking forward to your holiday, and then you've got there and grandma's snoring, she's got itchy blankets, and she doesn't seem to be doing much at all. If you are writing about the end of the story, about when you've been rescued from grandma or about your brilliant adventures in the cave, then you might have been so excited and be feeling brilliant. So it all depends on which part of the story you are writing about. So in this box you need to write some keywords down, and you can also draw a face to show how you are feeling. So you can pause the video and complete that box now. Super. Okay, the next box is what happened today. So again, this all depends on which part of the story you are writing about, and this box can be mainly pictures. That's absolutely fine. So if you're writing about your first day with grandma arriving on the island, then you could draw pictures of grandma snoring, having to sleep top to tail with grandma, and you could have lots of zeds coming out of grandma to show that she's snoring like a walrus. You can even try and draw a walrus. You could include the itchy blankets, so you could show yourself itching in the blankets or grandma making seaweed soup. If you're writing about the day that you went exploring, you could draw yourself pretending to be Noi, stepping over the stepping stones, playing in the ginormous rock and having lots of fun. If you're sending a postcard about being rescued in the storm, you could draw a picture of you and grandma on the boat sailing across the sea in the storm. However you want to draw it, depending on which day you are writing about. You could then add some extra keywords on there with some brilliant adjectives. So if you're doing about the storm, you could have the scary storm, trying to use alliteration in there, and also some expanded noun phrases. So see if you can pause the video now and complete your what happened today box. Okay, and then the next box is what was your favourite part of that day. So it could be, if you were talking about the storm, it could have been when grandma finally rescued you, or it could have been when you found the bird and the bird flew into the cave and you found a new friend. If it is the start of the day and it's the day you arrived at grandma's and grandma was snoring and being all alone, it could have been you looking forward to going off on an adventure on your own. Or if it's talked about being rescued by grandma, it could be your favourite part could have been releasing the birds and seeing them all go home, or it could be the favourite part could be that one bird who stayed. So you can pause video now and draw a picture of your favourite part, and even better if you could strive to include some exciting vocabulary and some adjectives to describe in there, ready for when you write your diary entry. And finally, the last box is what is happening tomorrow. So if it's the start of the story and you're choosing to write a postcard about your first day arriving at grandma's house, you might say that tomorrow you're looking forward to going on an adventure on your own and wanting to explore the rock pools and see if you can find any crabs. If it is when you are going out on your exciting day in the storm, you might be thinking about tomorrow going on another adventure, or you might be thinking that you don't want to be going out anywhere else anytime soon. If it's when you've been rescued by grandma, you might be saying that tomorrow you're really looking forward to spending some quality time with grandma, so you could put down some ideas of what Noi might do with grandma the next day. So you can pause video now and complete our final box. Fantastic, you have worked so hard today, Year 2. I am so proud of you. So we've just collected our ideas for each part of our diary, ready for us to start writing tomorrow. Don't forget to take a picture or upload your activity onto Seesaw so we can see your exciting diary plans, and I will see you tomorrow.